Hello and welcome to our Halloween special. This year is extra scary as the Brexit deadline nears. We turn our attention away from politics and towards the countries. So today we'll find out how other European countries celebrate Halloween, whilst hanging around some haunted places in Stoke.
But first, a little history lesson on Halloween. 2,000 years ago, the Celts celebrated the New Year on November 1st, marking the end of the summer harvest and the beginning of the cold, dark winter. They associated this winter with death, believing that on the day before the New Year, the boundary of the living and the dead became blurred. They celebrated Samhain on the 31st of October, believing that the ghosts of the dead returning to the earth that night. They would wear costumes made from animal heads and skins, whilst their celebrations consisted of sacred bonfires where they burnt crops and animals as sacrifices to their gods. As the Roman Emperor conquered the Celtic territory by 43 AD, their traditions combined. In 609 AD, the Catholic feast of All Martyrs' Day, also known as All Saints' Day, established the Western Church after Pope Boniface IV decided the pantheon in honour of all the Christian martyrs. The date of celebration was moved to November 1st later on. In 1000 AD, the Christian Church made November 2nd a day to honour all the dead, All Souls' Day. It was celebrated similar to Samhain. All Saints' Day became All Hallows, coming from the Middle English All Hallowmas. The night before the night of Samhain became All Hallows' Eve and finally Halloween. As America was colonized by Europeans, their different Halloween customs merged together. The first Halloween celebrated the harvest, where neighbors would share stories of the dead, tell each other fortunes, dance and sing. But they also told ghost stories, which by the middle of the 19th century became a common autumn festivity. In the late 1800s, Halloween became a community and neighborly get-together, where you would talk about ghosts, pranks and witchcraft. Between 1920 and 1950, trick-or-treating was revived as a cheaper way of celebrating with the whole community compared to holding big parties. Now that we've covered the history of Halloween, let's have a look at how it is celebrated all across Europe. Wait, did you hear that? No, I swear I just heard some music. Never mind. Some people even say they've seen visitors in the chairs of Victoria Hall, waiting for a show before suddenly disappearing into thin air. Now, let's move over to Regent Theatre, shall we?
Here at the Regent Theatre, people are rushing through the corridors, hurrying to the stage. But sometimes, there's no show to rush to. Ghosts play a big role in today's Halloween celebrations, as ghostly decorations can be found everywhere. In Spain, Halloween is far from being a commercial holiday. It's a 3-day celebration, including the Day of the Witches, All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. They honour the dead and celebrate the continuity of life. Galicia is known for its local folklore and ghost legends. They call October 31st the Night of the Pumpkins and celebrate with pumpkin carvings, costume parties, bonfires, rituals and sometimes trick-or-treating. They have a special strong alcoholic drink called quemada, which is traditionally prepared in a pumpkin and consumed after reciting a spell. In big cities, glamorous events with colourful costume parties are held. For example, La Castellada is a Catalan tradition on the 1st of November, comprising of various events, musical concerts, stalls with seasonal delicacies like chestnuts, sweet potatoes, sweet wine and panayettes, which are small cakes made of marzipan, almonds and various flavours. Sant Feliu Sasserra holds a 2-day witch festival in honour of the 23 women sentenced to death after being accused of witchcraft during the Inquisition. It begins on the night of October 31st with a parade through the darkest corners of the village. On November 1st, the town is full of dancers, street artists, stalls with local delicacies, artisan crafts and tarot card readings. Madrid takes a more modern twist on Halloween by hosting an electronic musical festival called Hallowance. Alcalá de Henares puts on a killer zombie march with drummers and dancers in the street. You can find all sorts of scary creatures and professionally choreographed flash mobs. Spain's Halloween collides with the annual Horror and Fantasy Film Festival, established in 1990. Huesos de Santo, Bones of the Holy, are popular in northern Spain. these pastries are brought to the graves of loved ones. Now let's move on to Hanley's Town Hall.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Now everyone has heard of Dracula, and Dracula's home is Romania. In Romania, the Eve of St. Andrew's, which is celebrated from November the 29th to the 30th, is celebrated as the night when the wolves gather, and St. Andrews prays for each wolf to survive the winter and to protect humans from wolf attacks. But this is also the night in which spirits come to surface. They are spirits of the dead who didn't make it to the other world, or who might refuse to go back after visiting their relatives on Earth for special occasions. The spirits can become very dangerous for the living, as they might take the lives of close relatives. The spirits might come back to your house, searching for a way to enter. If they are unlucky, and they call your name, they will ask if you have eaten garlic. If you answer, they steal your voice. And if you stay silent, they try another house. That is quite a different twist on trick-or-treating as how we know it. The night isn't just about spirits calling your name, though. This is the perfect night to cast spells or find your chosen one by dreaming of them. In order to dream of your loved one, you have to put 41 wheat grains under your pillow that night and dream about how someone comes and takes all the wheat away from you. Talking of wandering spirits, did you know that Hanley's Town Hall is home to 10 ghosts? Examples include a Victorian woman cleaning near the main staircase, a thin man rushing through the tiled corridors, and an aggressive man who might be there since the building was used as a courtroom. Now let's move on to another haunted hall in Stoke.
It's not only Romania having interesting ways of finding your loved one on Halloween. Ireland has a special blind date happening on Halloween. Local girls are blindfolded and walk out into fields, taking the first cabbage that they can find. If there's a substantial amount of earth on the roots, then their future loved ones will have money. The taste of the cabbage reveals the nature of the loved one, whether they are bitter or sweet. But if the blind date is not enough for you, you can try peeling an apple in one go. If you are successful and drop the peel on the floor, it reveals the initials of your future partner. Bonfires are a great place to go, but they can also help you dream of your future husband or wife. For that, you have to drop a cutting of your hair into the fire. It's as simple as that. Besides dating during Halloween in Ireland, children can find coins wrapped in baking paper hidden in their potatoes. There is a traditional Halloween fruit bread cake called barnbrack cake, which every family member gets a slice of. Again, items are hidden in the cake. If you get the rag, your financial future is doubtful. A coin represents a prosperous year, and if you get the ring, then it's a sign of impending romance or continued happiness. Carving pumpkins goes back to Jack, an Irish blacksmith who was denied entry to heaven. He had to wander the earth, so he asked the devil for light, and in return he received a burning coal which he placed in a hollow turnip. Villagers in Ireland created similar lanterns, displaying them in their window in order to help keep Jack away. As they emigrated to America, there weren't enough turnips, so instead they swapped them out for pumpkins. You thought the fun activities were over? Oh no! Here we have snapping for apples. An apple is hung on a string and blindfolded children try to get a decent grip by biting into it. This can also be played by putting apples in water and bobbing for them. There's been no mention of spirits or ghosts, you think? Well, that's because fairies and goblins collect as many souls as they can find on Halloween. But be careful. If you throw dust from under your feet at them, then they will release all of the captive souls at you. Have you already figured out this building here behind me? This is King's Hall. 60 years ago, visitors were left terrified after coming face to face with a young boy asking for help when he suddenly disappeared.
Between 1804 and 1869, the Etruria Industrial Museum has been a public hospital and many people said it was haunted. They heard a woman's cry echoing through the building, and in 1998, somebody reported seeing a ghost. Have you ever seen a ghost? Ghosts and other scary costumes are very popular around Halloween in Germany. In fact, differently to American Halloween costumes, German Halloween only allows for scary costumes, as Fasching, the carnival in February, is reserved for all kinds of costumes. Actually, Halloween gained popularity in 1991 as Fasching got cancelled and Sean introduced Halloween as a way of making up to the loss of costume sales. Just as Dracula lives in Romania, Frankenstein's home is in Germany. Burg Frankenstein is hosting a special Halloween event where visitors walk through the ruins, greeted by actors dressed as ghosts and other gruesome creatures. Flickering lights and creepy noises complete the haunted castle experience. October 31st is Reformationstag, the Reformation Day. It is a celebration of the Reformation of the Church and is a public holiday in some areas of Germany. Going from door to door is not only a Halloween tradition in Germany. In some regions, children go to different shops on the 6th of December. In order to receive a treat, they have to recite a poem. Not long after Halloween, when you see children with lanterns following a man on a horse wearing a red robe, it is November the 11th in Germany. This day is called St. Martinstag. St. Martin of Tours was a modest man working as a Roman legionary. One day he passed a homeless man freezing in the cold. St. Martin tore his robe in half and gave it to the man, saving him from freezing to death. This action is commonly recreated every year. Eating geese on this day is another tradition based on the medieval tax system, as people traded geese for their tax debt. More commonly known is the story of geese betraying Martin's hiding place when he hid from the people of Tours trying to make him a bishop. Generally, St. Martin's Day celebrates modesty and altruism.
Spooky.
Ooh, a cold breeze. Anyway, that was very interesting and quite scary. I hope I can sleep tonight. Thank you everyone for watching and have a happy Halloween.